Hello and welcome to the Union and Involvement Services Facilities Risk module. Today we're going to cover what facilities risk looks like and what your organization can do to avoid it or to stifle its impact. First, let's define risk in general. Risk is a verb meaning 1, to expose to hazard or danger, or 2, to incur the risk or danger of. As a student organization, you must be able to identify, define, and communicate your risk management responsibilities. When planning for an event or activity, the organization must consider every risk that could fall into any one of the 5 levels of risk. Well-formed plans can prevent innumerable foreseeable events from occurring. Thorough pre-event plans are essential to managing risk as they allow for appropriate mitigation strategies to be set in place. Managing risk is an important part of being a successful student organization and is what makes many of the events held on campus possible. The best time to undertake a comprehensive risk management program is before an incident occurs at an event. Facilities risks are risks either to the facility or caused by it. This could include fire codes, maximum capacities, weather challenges, and damages to the facility. How can we prevent risk? By using a simple 3-step process to identify, assess, and mitigate risk. First, identifying risk. Look for situations that could cause harm to the facility you're using or things about the facility that could pose a risk to your organization. Next, assess the risk. Decide how likely and how harmful the potential incident could be, both to your own members and non-member participants. Finally, mitigating that risk. Choosing a plan of action to handle the risk of the situation. Can you think of any examples of situations that could result in harm to a facility you're using? For what reasons might a facility pose a risk to your organization? Like mentioned before, hazards can include fire codes and maximum capacities. Every venue has a maximum capacity. If an event exceeds this limit, the organization is now at risk and is breaking the fire code. Heating and cooling can be another facilities risk. During times of temperature extremes, a venue that is not properly heated or cooled can not only be uncomfortable for guests and event goers, but dangerous. Other risks include bursting pipes, space heater fires, heat stroke, and passing out. Another facilities risk is any damage done to the facility. As mentioned earlier, all damages done to the venue while your organization is using it will result in fines. This also may prevent you from being able to use that space in the future. Parking issues can also pose a problem if not considered. Make sure the space you are holding your event at will be able to accommodate your attendees' parking needs. Weather changes can be another problem. If inclement weather strikes, would your venue be safe and accessible? It is a good idea to always consider having a rain-out location in case of weather changes. Think about structural concerns. A building that doesn't look safe probably isn't the best place to hold an event. How about noise complaints? Your venue location may be prone to noise complaints from the surrounding area. Make sure if your event will be loud, it isn't in a residential area, or if it is, that you adhere to noise ordinances. Finally, restrooms need to be clean and properly stocked. Some questions to ask yourself to consider these risks include, is our activity taking place in the proper location? Are the restrooms clean and stocked? Is the location structurally safe as well as large enough for our event? Do we have inclement weather plans? Do we have the contact information of the venue owner or manager? Is there someone in the organization who is responsible for making the call if a change in the plan is necessary? Does this venue discriminate on the basis of race or gender? Does this venue have derogatory signs, displays, or graffiti? Here is an example. True Grass is getting ready to begin their concert at the new off-campus location when they notice that the roof is leaking right in the middle of the stage as well as part of the crowd. Members of True Grass put buckets out to collect the water until they can get a hold of the facility's owner. They called the owner and described their issue, and the owner responds by saying, "Oh yeah, that happens sometimes," and does not offer any solutions. Truegrass also noticed that some audience members seemed uncomfortable with the Confederate flag hanging in the corner of the room. What could have been done to prevent some of these risks? Let's think through some of the facilities risks that we talked about in relation to this scenario. Is our activity taking place in the proper location? Truegrass could have visited the space prior to reserving it to scope out any potential issues such as the leaking. Is the location structurally safe as well as large enough for the event? Do they have the contact information as a venue owner or manager? Capacity was not a problem in this situation and they had the contact of the venue owner. Does this venue have derogatory signs, displays, or graffiti? Truegrass could have evaluated how they felt about the Confederate flag display ahead of time of the event occurring. Thank you for listening to our facilities risk module, and we hope you feel better prepared to plan for facilities risk.